Hello, Kimra Hashiv, and you is Misha Joseph, I guess, Falcha. Okay, so this is going to be my last recording before my Gaelic exam. I'm going to start off just by talking about my weaknesses. So I've just reviewed the last few podcasts that I've done, and there's a few little mistakes in there that I can easily fix if I remember them. Okay, for some reason, and I don't know why I keep doing this, it's because I keep changing the name of my town, Paisley, which is Paslick to Fastlick. I think it's because I've obviously read somewhere that it takes a lenition, but I don't think that's the case. There may be a divided view on that because I'm sure I have seen Fastlick somewhere. The other thing that I've included that maybe has confused myself um, is about his wife because I started using ah then his wife, which isn't part of my course, is confusing for me to use. Um, and at one point I was saying his wife at him, and that isn't right. So it would just be the wife at him, Ben Eke. Okay, so those are the things that I've seen. And there's been other things this week, like the mispronunciation of Karstjen. There's been a few other things that I've spoken about. Chaneu mi vrahar akum, which isn't correct. It should be Chaneu vrahar akum, for example. I don't have a brother. So these are my weaknesses. But that's not the end of the world. I think I can still manage to say a few things. I mean, she can't do that much damage. It's only 5 minutes or less. So my worry, though, is that, like with all exams, you suddenly freeze and you you kind of end up like that rabbit in the headlights of a car, you know. That's probably the hardest thing to deal with, but it should be okay. It should be okay. I mean, she is really nice, so I shouldn't have any problems. At least I'm familiar with her voice. Um, okay, so let's just run through some of the things that she's likely to ask me again. Okay. Hello, Yusuf. Kimra how and you? Hami gliva. Kimra how hin. Gliva. Uh-huh. Um, and then she might ask me about the weather, of course. Cymrahan, teacher. She matin va a hon an yn paslich. Glefa. And then, of course, she might say, Cymraha and bala, how is your town? Ballet. Cymraha and ballet. At which point I can say, Glefa. She um, paslich. Uh, Glefa a hon. Ha is snog. It's a nice place. Um, Yeah, so aside from that, she might actually then move on to where I live. Okay, so she might say, for example, an vilu a furach a Joseph, hami a furach an an paslich. Aha, agus gwas a hau, hami a paslich kutchuk. Gliva, So those are the kind of things that she might say. And then, of course, she might dig a bit deeper with family. So she might say, for example, Hachelig vor. Or she might say, Ha paslich vor. No, uh, um, I'm trying to say large or small, okay? So more no beck or beck no more. That's the kind of thing she might say. Okay, so she could say that about family. She could say it about Paisley. Ha Paisley beck, Paisley small. Or she could say about family. Or she might even say Aveo brahar no fewer acits. Okay, and this is my opportunity, my big moment, the thing we've been practicing all week. I could say ha brahar acum brahar more, big brother. Okay, but again, I don't want to start going into ages because if she starts asking me about the difference in ages, I don't really want to go there. So just to tell her I have a brother, to take the advice of my mother, as she used to say, tell them nothing, which was a common West Coast Scotland thing to say about everything. Okay, so if she says, for example, Avel brahar no fewer acits. Okay, I can say ha brahar acum she andra aher movrahar. Gleva. Haia Cooper. Haia Cooper. And garage and in Glasgow. Or if I want to say in the garage in Glasgow, it would be Anne's and garage because it's Anne's before the. Okay, so and garage and in Glasgow. Uh, Avel e posta. Ha eh, ha e posta. She Anne ahora, or she Anne aher ben movrahar. And then she might ask, avel iet uh, clown, Mac, Nonian? Or she might ask that about me as well. If she asks if I have, I could say, Chaniel ach ha Mac ek movrahar. You see, this is another mistake I keep making. I keep forgetting to put ha, the verb, in the front. So, ha Mac ek movrahar. So I don't have kids, but my brother does. And I'm only giving him one because if she starts asking me about numbers, I'm not going to know. Okay. So I'm going to be saying, yeah, and then moving on, uh, she might say something like, Catchavel iet a furach. And of course, I can say hi iet a furach and Dunedin. And this is where it gets messy because if I start making stuff up, I'm going to forget it just as quickly as I say it. So if I say they live in Edinburgh, and then the next thing she says is, Anne, Avel I Opar, is Anne working? No, she could say, Avel Anna Cooper, and I'll be saying, what? Who's Anne? So, yeah. And the next thing it'll be, yeah, she works in Paisley, but she lives in Edinburgh. I mean, it's a bit unlikely. So this is where it all falls down. So I need to be as honest as I can with this. If I start making up names of wives, sister-in-laws, brothers, and husbands, I'm going to get into a real mess. So I'm going to be just as honest as I can. But the truth of the matter is, my brother doesn't have any kids. Yeah, he's married, and I don't have any kids either. So I will bring some kids in, but yeah, you see, this is the thing. I don't know enough to be brutally honest. But anyway, she's going to go through the whole name thing. I can probably guess that. Okay, so I'm sure she's going to be saying things like that. So Jane Tenham Ahora, what's the name on her? Or Jane Tenham Aher uh, Ven to Ven to Brahar. You see, that's my Spanish coming in with the two. Yeah, so this is the problem. Let me just go through a couple of these again. Okay, let's do the work one because it's harmless enough. I mean, she can't do that much damage with the work. So, uh, Avel opera acid. Ha. She hitcher nabuela ahanum. Aha. Catch a veil. U ac ober. Hami ac ober anerlinia an Skype. Aha. Mm-hmm. Uh, catch a veil. Catch a veil. Okay, she's going to talk about my brother. Catch a veil. So that just means if you take it at face value, Cacciaville would be where is he? Cacciaville or I ag ober, where does he or she work? Okay, so again, I'm going to make something up. I don't no idea where my brother works, and even if I did, I wouldn't know how to say it. So Cacciaville ag ober. Hi ag ober an an garage. Again, ans an garage or an garage an in the region. Ach ha a furach and an paslich. Yeah, you see, I don't want to give her too much. I'm going to wait till she asks. Because if I start giving her more than she needs, this is going to lead into the conversation from hell. So if I just say little bits and then she can take the lead, because in my practice session with her last week, she said, um, do you have a family? And I ended up saying, yeah, uh, I have a brother. I'm from Paisley. He's from Sweden. So you see, it's very easy to give the wrong info. So let's just go back up here again to do this whole family name thing because it's the hardest part. Okay. So I've had Chilak kids. Ha, Chilak back. Hami posta. Agus Hami vrahar. Now, what did I do wrong there? Hami vrahar? No. Ha vrahar akum. You see how easy it is to make a mistake there. Yeah. So what I said was Hami posta, I'm married. And then I said I am brother, which is completely wrong, of course. So it's ha brahar akum. And then she'll do the whole thing about Jane Tenham aher to vrahar. And then I can have my big moment of saying, she andra aher, or she andra aher movrahar. So you can hear there where this is going, and then she's going to say probably, "Hi, Postanachel. He's married, isn't he?" Well, she doesn't know him, so she's more likely to say, "Avele aposta," or something like that, and I can say, "Ha, ri Marianne." Although that's not part of my course, but I could say that. That's what's coming naturally to me. I could say, hi Iposta, and then I can just say the name. She Marianne Ahora Ben Mo Vrahar. Very easy to get confused with that, especially if I forget who Marianne is in the next sentence. Avil I Akoper. Mariana Cooper an an hospital, and sure, an paslich. Aha, course hi. And it would be much easier for me to say, ha I Danijan, for example. But this is the thing. I'm making it up as I go along. She's going to start then saying, "Is Danijan a nice place? Is Marianne brothers and sisters?" And it would be better for me to be completely honest, but I can't because it'll restrict the conversation. Because I don't have kids, my brother doesn't have kids. Uh, yeah, and the whole marriage thing is a little bit of an emotive subject anyway. But anyway, we do what we can. Let's see. Cymra ha an teacher and you an paslich. Ha Martin va home. I mean, that's a complete lie. It's cold, wet, wind, rain. I could say that. Uh, Hi, Fluch, I guess Fuhr, I guess Gooey. It would be better just to be completely honest, you know? But I'm trying to get my Shay answer in because Shay Martin va home is a nice thing to say, and I have to show that I can use that Shay thing as well. And then there's a whole how ooh ag oper acket, which of course is the thing where she's asking if I work. Now, that's not a question. She made a statement there. You're working? So the correct way that she'll ask probably is Avelu ag oper, or is there work at you? Avel ag oper acket. She might say that. And I don't know how she's going to say it. And I can say, ha, she teaching well. Hannon. That's my big comeback, my big retaliation there. Okay, so we'll leave it for now. I'll make a clip telling you how it went uh, later or tomorrow or whatever once I'm over the shock. And yeah, hopefully this will go okay. And also, hopefully, you found this helpful too, because um, my way of learning is by giving you information. Because if I think that you're learning from that, it motivates me to do stuff. Right, there we are. Okay, so Martian let Gleva Chiri Andrasta.